What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over some frequently asked questions that I get in regards to the Black Desert private server. I'm also going to be showing you how to download the server, which is something that a lot of you guys have been asking me about, so that we don't have to worry about that. First question, is the server free to play? Yes. GameZBD is completely free to play. You do not have to own a copy of the retail version of Black Desert Online to play it. Can I play without re-downloading Black Desert Online? Yes, you can. You just have to download the GameZ patcher and direct the patcher to your BDO folder, and the patcher will degrade your client to the version that GameZ requires. If you want to go back and forth on the shit retail server, you can just again launch the regular BDO and let it repatch your client up to where the regular BDO requires you to be, and you will be good to go. But before you download, make sure you register your account by clicking on the link below in the description to get to the website. I get points for your joining and it costs you nothing, so don't be an asshole. Also, if you just want to download the entire client, if you don't own BDO, you also can do that from the GameZ website. Will I get banned on retail BDO? No, you will not. At least most likely will not. I haven't gotten banned on regular BDO, and they hate me for promoting this server. So yeah, if I haven't gotten banned, you most likely won't get banned. Is there a region lock? No, there is no region lock. You can play GameZ from any country, but the ping may vary. Will this server ever go down due to copyright? Well, I'm not going to say that that's impossible, but the owners of the server have assured me that it is very unlikely. The server has been up for a year now, and it's not had any issues staying up so far. They also have another private server which has been up for over 10 years. Also, I just want to say that Pearl Abyss is aware of this server, and that is a fact. So don't think that this is like, being hidden from them, and once they find out it's going to be over or something. They've known for well over 7 months that this server exists. What's the population of this server? The population of this server is on an average of 1,500 to 2,000 players at any given time. Now, that may seem like a small number, but if you think about it, it really isn't, at least not compared to retail. On Steam charts, retail has an average around 10,000 to 15,000 players. Now, you have to remember that Steam charts don't cover the entire player base because Black Desert is available with or without Steam. But we also have to remember that these stats represent both the NA and EU player base added together. So I would say that we should meet in the middle, because there could be more players playing without the Steam client, or there could be less. So all this to say that there are most likely no more than 15k players on either NA or EU at any given time. Now, NA has over 36 channels, I believe, so that's 15,000 divided by 36. That's around 577 players per channel. That's not even including the fact that OVA channels have a much larger concentration of players than any of the other channels. Now, on GameZ, dividing 2,000 players into 4 channels means that there are 500 players per channel. See? A smaller population, yes, but a smaller division of that population. Because of this fact, there are more than enough players to support a healthy community for GameZ BDO. Next question. Okay, but what about the market? With so few players, the marketplace must be at least different. And you're right, the marketplace is way different. An example being food and elixirs. Not everyone wants to make foods and elixirs to sell on the market. They usually make it for themselves, so you either wait for them to list from some nice person, or you farm them yourself. With the way that gear works and the fact that you can easily get a free Tri-Ogre on this server, Syrups necklaces are pretty much worthless here as well. There are many examples of these kind of differences on this server, but none of this means that the server has a poor economy. There's just a very big demand for certain items, and it just depends on what the items are. For example, often tech weapons have a huge demand on this server, and so do Uragan boots and a lot of other pieces of boss armor like tree chest. Next question. I've heard that GameZ has a lot of bugs and some classes don't work. Is that true? Well, some things do not function, like trading, for example. Some classes are a little buggy, and as of late this has been changed. The way gearing works is different, as evasion is not calculated the same. But as far as bugs go, from what I have seen and played, there are very little. Most classes work as intended or better than intended. Most CCs work as intended. The class with the largest amount of issues from what I've been told now is the Witch, but everything else seems to work reasonably well. This is due to the devs team's constant work on the server week after week after week, and if any class currently has a few issues, they will more than likely be fixed within a reasonable amount of time, as they have been in the past. Are nodes implemented? Yes, they are, but not very competitive due to poor rewards, etc. Sieges are also not implemented at this time, but they will be eventually. What's the difference between Game Z and retail? Well, if I had to summarize, I'd say Game Z is a lot less of a hassle. You can get to experience in-game BDO with very little effort in comparison to retail. Not to say it takes no effort at all, but gear is much easier to make and experience is much easier to earn and gain, and silver is much easier to gain. It's just a lot less of a stressful environment, and while some things like pin accessories can still make a divide between top players and the rest, the divide is much smaller than in retail. The paywall is too. This means that skill is much more prevalent on this server than anything else. So is Game Z pay to win? Technically yes, but only because it's a Black Desert private server, and Black Desert as a game is inherently pay to win. But as I've said before, it's at a fraction of the cost. So let's do an example here. Let's say you have a budget of where you can spend only $60 a month on games. That's a lot more than me, let me tell you, but we'll just pretend here. So you have the $60 and you decide you want to play BDO, retail BDO. Okay, sure. You have to spend $10 of that just to play the game. So now you're at $50. Then you play the game and you keep having to pick up loot yourself and you want to auto loot. Well, you need pets. You buy at least 3, that's $30. Now you have 20 left and your pets are picking things up and your weight limit has been reached and it keeps constantly getting reached. Well, now you have to buy weight limit expansions. Now you're broke for the next month and you only have 3 T1 pets. Good luck getting in-game, bro. Now imagine if you had that same $60 and you chose to play Game Z BDO instead. Well, you decide to spend $12 on Game Z's premium status, which gives a whole bunch of very good buffs and benefits, and it's $12 a month. Now you have $48. You think, well, let me buy some pets. But wait, you get 200 free pearls every hour. And with premium, you have a drop filter, which removes a lot of trash loot. So you don't really need pets, at least not as much as retail. Well, maybe you can buy some weight limit. Nope, you have so much already just for using the value pack that you got for free. So what's the point in buying weight limit? You could save up and buy a Pegasus mount from the web shop. But I mean, is that really going to help you progress your character? Sure, you'll get around faster, but there are tons of T8s with all the skills up in the in-game horse market. So what do you spend that $48 on? Nothing. Nothing at all. After $12 to support the devs and help pay for server costs, there's absolutely no point in spending another dime to help your character progress. That is what I consider reasonable pay to win. So those are all the questions I've seen the most about this server. The next video will cover early tips on progression on this server. It's way different than retail, so make sure you come back to check it out. Peace.